What is up, ladies and gents? In today's video, we're going to be talking all about Alchemy Pay. We're going to be discussing the recent news here on Alchemy Pay, as well as a price prediction for the near future, so over the coming days, as well as my 2025 target for how high I think Alchemy Pay could go. So be sure to stay tuned for all of that. Of course, if you're a new viewer here, then welcome to the channel. If you do like content like this, hit the like button and subscribe for more. If you're a returning viewer, then welcome back to the channel. It's great to have you all here. Of course, on top of all of that as well, if you're looking for a great place to buy or trade Alchemy Pay, then look no further than the MEX exchange. This is the exchange I use because it has some of the lowest fees on the market. It doesn't require KYC to get started. And on top of spot trading for Alchemy Pay, they even have futures with up to 20x leverage. So if you want to make use of that, as well as get a limited time offer of $20 just to sign up with MEX, click in the link in the description down below and fill out your details. It takes less than a minute. And once you've deposited some crypto or money, then you'll be given that bonus. So of course, guys, if you want to make use of that offer, link in the description down below. As always, thank you all for your support, and let's get started on this video. So first, we're looking at Alchemy Pay's Twitter page, just for recent updates on what's happened. And of course, we know the community loves it when Alchemy Pay bring news of a new partnership, for example, or a new place where they've got regulatory approval. And today has been no different for Alchemy Pay, because 11 hours ago, as you can see, they've released this tweet saying that they're now basically a registered provider here in Canada. And of course, the reaction in the market has been really nice. Since that announcement there on the Twitter, we've seen the price do this movement in the upwards direction. So we've seen the community react very well to these kind of news releases here from Alchemy Pay. There's no doubt they're working behind the scenes to increase their partnerships, to increase the places where they're able to operate in. Of course, the list is endless, as you can see with his screen here. So the fact that the price pumps on news like this tells me that I think Alchemy Pay is going to be pumping a lot, because of course, with the way things are panning out with Trump as president, and with a potentially new, completely different crypto environment coming over the next few weeks and months, this is a very exciting time for Alchemy Pay. And of course, the price chart is definitely showing that as well, because what I'm seeing here on the chart is something that looks a little bit like this. Of course, last time we had to speculate a bit because we had gone parabolic here on Alchemy Pay and we just kind of topped in this region, but now we're starting to see a clear pattern form, in my opinion. And this pattern that we are seeing is something that looks like this. So we start off with this support that's going across, and we also have this resistance coming down. Now, this is a triangle, and at the moment, we have two tests of both the support and resistance. And we also have a really big price target if we do see a breakout from this triangle. The price target of this triangle is the first test of support, which is down here. The first test of resistance, that is up here. You just drag the distance to wherever we see a breakout. And as you can see, this is an 81% trade here on Alchemy Pay. Of course, the price target depends on where exactly we break out from the triangle, but say we break out in the late afternoon tomorrow, then we're looking at a price target here of around 7 cents. So this, my friends, if we break out of this resistance, so what we want to see is a lot of momentum and a lot of volume pushing the prices well above that resistance line. If we can see signs that the price respects this resistance line, like I showed there with like a potential test of that resistance, a rejection, maybe even a retest once we break through, then that would be spectacular. And it would give me extra conviction to the upside from this triangle. So 7 cents there if we break out tomorrow, for example. So quite exciting indeed. Of course, with a triangle, there is also a downside if we lose that support, and this would be the price target of that. Roughly 1.7 cents if we broke out at the same time tomorrow. So of course, what could happen there if we lose the support like this, and it shows that it's pretty well respected, then we could see prices go down further. But Of course, the environment in general in crypto is bullish. It's Q1 of 2025. So I am favoring the upside here if we are seeing this triangle. So just bear this one in mind. Have these lines drawn on your chart if you're looking to trade here on Alchemy Pay. Of course, it would be nicer if we saw a few more tests of the support and resistance, something like this, for example, over the coming hours and days before seeing a final breakout, because then it would show that these resistance and supports are a lot more firm than they already are. So just something I'm keeping my eye on in terms of a prediction in the shorter term. Of course, keep your eye on the Fibonacci levels as well. They're pretty well respected here on Alchemy Pay. Also, as you can see, after this massive parabolic move, we actually retraced right down to the 0.236 fib and used that as a support. So these levels, very important here on Alchemy Pay. So what we could potentially see is the price, if it does break out to the upside, let's just use that as an example, these levels getting used as resistances on the way up. As you can see there as well, the 1.618 fib lies at just under 7 cents. So remember, the price target from this triangle, if we broke out to the upside, was near 7 cents. So the fact that the 1.618 fib here is right where the price target of this triangle also adds a lot of conviction to the fact that we could be seeing that price target getting hit here on Alchemy Pay in the near future. So pretty exciting for short-term traders here. But of course, if you're a long-term holder in here, then you should still be bullish in my opinion, because we've got a beautiful setup here on Alchemy Pay. Let's just get rid of those and make it a bit clearer on the chart. Here in the long term on Alchemy Pay, we have a beautiful setup for what could be an insane pump. We know from 2021 that Alchemy Pay has the capacity to do something like this. It shoots up. A lot of you guys in the comments were telling me why this had occurred. Some of you said it was a Binance listing. Some of you said it was a Coinbase listing. But it was some sort of news event that pumped Alchemy Pay 170x. And of course, now we have the blueprint for what could happen in 2025. Something like this, something of this magnitude is capable here in Alchemy Pay. Of course, the market cap here is lower than it was over there, so it's not a market cap thing anymore. We definitely could see a massive pump here on Alchemy Pay. Throughout its history, it's had a lot of times where the price has just gone parabolic, and I do expect 2025 to be a very fruitful year. We know that the market really likes these Alchemy Pay updates, so all it takes is a massive one. For example, Alchemy Pay becoming an official payment service in the USA, for example, to really shoot the price up on here. Of course, as of this very moment here on Alchemy Pay, I'm watching this as our resistance. This is a place that is very important here on Alchemy Pay in the longer term. This is a place where the price has risen to several times as a resistance. That's between roughly 4.5 cents to 5.2 cents. So this whole area is important in my opinion. Of course, just recently in the past week, you can see the prices came up to this level and got rejected once again. So if we're able to crack above this area, then that should be very, very bullish, and we should see continued bullish momentum on here once we get above this 4.5 to 5 cents region. Of course, on top of this region as well, we've also got this going across, and this is our long-term bullish support. This is keeping Alchemy Pay in a bullish trend in the very long term. It's a very gradual rise here. It's obviously been in place since 2022. So it's keeping this ultra long-term trend going in the upwards direction. Of course, very bearish if we were to lose it. If something like this happened, for example, then that would be a very bearish sign. So obviously we have these two kind of merging in together, and at some point one of these two has to crack. Is it going to be the resistance or is it going to be the support? Now, the very fascinating thing is, if we break out from that triangle that we're seeing in the shorter term, if we continue that momentum in the upwards direction, which it definitely can do, like I say, Q1, very bullish time here for crypto, and Alchemy Pay is in one of the hottest crypto niches right now. We could see this bust within the next week, for example, then this should shoot up to 7 cents. So if Alchemy Pay hits its result from the triangle at roughly 7 cents there, then that should allow Alchemy Pay to continue going in the upwards direction. The fact that it's broken this long-term resistance, I don't see a reason why it wouldn't able to claim that all-time high there at 17 cents. As you can see, most of the trading activity on Alchemy Pay happened in this period here between roughly 1 cent to about 5 cents. So once we're above that level, it's thin air until the all-time high there. Of course, I do think that's going to be quite a big resistance. So what I could potentially see happening is something like this. Maybe we see a slump over the summer. And the final price target here for Alchemy Pay is double what the all-time high is, and my price target for that is 35 cents. And that's because we could be seeing this potential pattern play out. This is again a triangle, but a right angled triangle, and the difference here is subtle, but generally speaking, these generally tend to favor breaking the horizontal trend line more than they favor breaking this slanted trend line. So what we should see is that a break to the upside is more favored than a breakdown below the support. And so what we could see as a potential price target, if we were able to break through that resistance, is roughly 30 to 35 cents here. So that is my long-term target for Alchemy Pay. Of course, this is subject to what actually happens with the price. If Alchemy Pay outperforms other crypto tokens such as XCN, such as Spell token, such as Telcoin, if it's outperforms its peers, if it continues to do so, then we could even raise those targets. But for now, I'm targeting 35 cents here on Alchemy Pay. It does look very bullish. It definitely has the capacity to shoot upwards like it's demonstrated in 2021. So for me, this coin is only a matter of time before we see these massive gains. And lastly, I just want to show you one more chart as well that might give you some extra conviction here to hold onto Alchemy Pay. And that is the fact that we have the total cryptocurrency, we have the total crypto market cap looking like this. This is a cup and handle pattern on the total market cap for crypto here that's formed between the 2021 high there and the 2024 high of the crypto market cap. So we have this very long-term cup and handle pattern, and from that we've seen a clear breakout from where the handle is, and the price target or the market cap target of this pattern that we are seeing on the chart here is 8.8 trillion, and that's roughly 2.5x from where the price is at right now. So what we could interpret this as is that on average, if we got the average cryptocurrency, it will on average 2.5x from where it is right now if this chart hits $8.8 trillion. Of course, if Alchemy Pay then is an average crypto, just for example, then we would expect it to do at least 2.5x from where it is right now. And that 2.5x puts Alchemy Pay at roughly 9.5 cents. So we could say if there is an average performance this bull run on Alchemy Pay, the base for that is 9.5 cents. And that's kind of how I look at it. So that's kind of what's really giving me conviction here to these higher price targets, not just for Alchemy Pay, but for other ones I cover on this channel as well. Of course, I do expect Alchemy Pay, being a small crypto cap coin and also in a really good niche, to outperform that 2.5x, but this kind of acts as a nice base for us. This is like the minimum target here for Alchemy Pay, and of course that 35 cents is like the aspirational target that we have as a result of this potential pattern that we're seeing. So yeah, those are my thoughts here on Alchemy Pay at the moment. Of course, that pretty much wraps up what I wanted to say in this video. So do let me know down in the comments if you're holding Alchemy Pay and what are your price targets, what you expect Alchemy Pay to do in 2025. Of course, as always, thank you guys so much for watching these videos, and I'll be seeing you in my next ones.